Japan, the deepest ever earthquake detected, struck 467 miles under the country with a 7.9 magnitude earthquake. Now scientists identified the deepest ever earthquake to rock the Japanese islands, more than 6 years after the terrifying Ogasawara tremor ruptured off the Japanese coast. This is in the Ring of Fire, as we know. Now, the magnitude 7.9 earthquake struck May 30th, 2015, some 117 miles northwest of Chichijima in the Ogasawara Islands. At the time of the incident, the tremor epicenter was tracked to about 412 miles under, that's 664 kilometers under the West Pacific Ocean. But now, according to a new study published by researchers from the University of Arizona, the earthquake was felt much deeper than previously thought. The Arizona geologists analyzed data collected by Japan's network of seismometers, and they determined how deep the earthquake's aftershocks traveled. The earthquake's most powerful quake, which peaked at magnitude 7.9 on the Richter scale, just hit off the coast of the remote Bonin Islands. It's a subtropical archipelago, also known as the Ogasawara Islands. The island sits some 6,290 miles south of Tokyo and more mostly uninhabited, with the exception of Chichijima and Hayajima. After the main earthquake jolted the area, the Arizona researchers found a series of aftershocks as deep as 469 miles underground. Until now, it was thought virtually impossible for earthquakes to strike that deep. According to U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, earthquakes are typically recorded at depths between 0 and 435 miles. Past these depths, at the temperatures and pressures acting on the Earth's rocks cause them to deform rather than break and fault. But in a new study that was published in Geophysical Research Letters, the Arizona scientists appear to have found a new limit. I support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. The study's author said, the causes of earthquakes below depths of approximately 60 kilometers inside the Earth have been debated for nearly a century. This study reports on the first detected earthquakes with source locations in the lower mantle. These observations provide new insights into the mechanisms that can produce earthquakes deep inside the Earth, they said. But according to a report in National Geographic, some scientists are being cautious about the study's findings. Before any definite conclusions are drawn from these findings, they believe more research needs to be done to confirm the aftershock did indeed strike that deep. Now, the lower mantle, or the mesosphere, represents about 56% of the Earth's total volume and is the liquid portion of the Earth's mantle. This layer below the planet's surface extends from above about 410 to 1,800 miles below the surface. Under Japan, though, the lower mantle is believed to begin deeper at about 435 miles. And as we know, Japan sits within the Pacific Ring of Fire and is one of the world's most seismically active regions. And we have the Sakurajima volcano erupting now. The Ato volcano exploded into eruption a couple of days back. So the Ring of Fire, also known as the Circum-Pacific Belt, runs along the edge of the Pacific Ocean. The region, of course, is frequently characterized by earthquakes, the highest concentration of active volcanoes in the world. USGS said most earthquakes and volcanic eruptions do not strike randomly, but occur in specific areas such as along plate boundaries. One such area is the Circum-Pacific Ring of Fire, where the Pacific plate meets many surrounding tectonic plates. And the Ring of Fire is the most seismically and volcanically active zone in the world. So that's a new finding. This is by Sebastian Ketley in Express UK. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support.